My name is Deja. I'm 29 years old. 28 years old. I'll be 29 in April. Sorry. Yes. I'm ahead of the game. I like to work out and hang out with my friends and learn. And yeah, I'm a consultant for a tech company. Basically means that I go in and teach people how to be nice to each other, how to build relationships, have conversations, things like that. All right, so who was the Deja before exercise and how did I get here now? So the Deja before exercise was a couch potato. I didn't like moving. I didn't like doing anything that required my heart rate to go above a certain level. I did not do much of anything physical. A lot of it has to do with like being very well endowed, so I didn't know that sports bras were a thing, and so the thought of just having chesticles bumping, and I just no, let's stay away from it. This one is specifically for my ladies out there. One, if things are seeming a little bit hard, make sure that you have like a good sports bra. This is like the biggest thing. Have a good sports bra. You might think that you're not having a good time working out, but it's really because you're like, just good sports bra, 100%. So the Deja before actually finessed not having to participate in PE all throughout my school years, just so I wouldn't have to do that. None of that. And then when I was about 23, I had friends who worked out, and I was still very much like, I'm not going to the gym with you. I'm not doing anything with you. Don't pressure me. So how I got started was a couple friends were doing a CrossFit competition, and I had never worked out before. And they were like, well, you should do this with us. It was maybe like a year out. It was a long time for the competition to happen. I was like, oh, I've got time. And then before I knew it, the competition was like 2 weeks and I had not worked out at all. And I was like, I can't. I'm so sorry. I can't do this. And I brought my friends like some consolation tickets to a Spartan race. And they were like, well, the only way that we'll forgive you, one, for backing out of the competition is if you do this Spartan with us. And I'm like, okay, all right. So I signed up for the Spartan and I started doing research. And so a Spartan is an obstacle course race, and it's great. But anytime you fail an obstacle, you have to do 30 burpees. And again, we're at like 0 fitness level, Deja. So I was like, I got to figure out how to not do burpees. And so I joined a CrossFit gym to learn how to rope climb, because I was like, that's one of the things for sure I don't know how to do. And what I would say got me maniacally obsessed with fitness was being in this Spartan race and climbing to the top of this rope and seeing people have to do burpees because they couldn't climb the ropes. It was like a victory moment, like, you did this, you worked hard for this, you succeeded. And from then, yeah, I was hooked. I would say the Deja before exercise was very much a victim of her environment. So whatever was going on around me would directly impact my mood, my feeling. I reacted to food in a very negative way. Like I would eat to comfort myself if I felt stressed out or something like that. I just had no outlet whatsoever. So yeah, before I was just a very reactive person. And then as I started working out, a couple of different things happened. One, I started to show up for myself in this consistent way. And it's just like, it's like waking up in the morning and keeping a promise to yourself and then following through. And I found that the more that I did that, the braver I became in other areas of my life. Like no matter what, if I went to go and like take care of my body at the gym and I stuck with it, it just made things seem less scary. I was more willing to jump into things because I had like all of these private victories built up within myself, just showing up for myself daily. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. Something that I kind of try and keep in my mind, especially when it comes to the gym, is the thought that I've never gone to the gym and said afterwards like, oh, I shouldn't have gone to the gym that day. But there's definitely been days where I did not go and I felt terrible, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe I feel terrible because I didn't go to the gym. So it's just like that thought process of you're going to feel good after this. And if I don't accomplish anything else that day, I've accomplished this one thing. I've showed up for myself in this one big way, and everything else is soup of the day. Like if I'm able to show up for myself in that way, okay, that makes it so that there are no 0 days for me whatsoever. So I guess I'm just like trying to make sure I have as few 0 days as possible, and working out makes that so. I would, one, tell them to try anything and everything. You don't know like what is going to work for you until you try it. 2, and if you're going to do it, like make sure you have the proper setup, because a lot of times you might think that this isn't for me, or I don't want to do this, and you're setting yourself up for failure by not wearing the right clothes or things like that. So I would say just start, just start. And if you don't like something, okay, go ahead and try something else, and know that it's a way of showing up for yourself. Like look at it as like this little dose of self-love. So one of the biggest reasons why I've kind of aligned myself with the CrossFit route, it works best for me, is because I'm lazy and I don't want to think about, whoa, what workout do I have to do? I don't want to do that. So 1, I'm able to come in, have a workout that's already laid out for me. But 2, the community, like the people that I come to the gym with every day and build relationships with, I think few things feel as good as you missing a day or 2 at the gym and someone reaching out and texting you or calling you and being like, hey, we didn't see you, where are you? So even those days where I'm like, oh, I really don't feel like going, but I know that my friends are like, what are you doing? Where have you been? So you have that additional layer of accountability. Not only are you showing up for yourself, but you're strengthening those friendships and relationships. And I don't know, there's something very cool about seeing people work their hardest physically and watching them push through. So then you're invested in their progress as well as them being invested in yours. My community here is so motivating. Sometimes I'll have dreams of me like getting certain movements, and what's driving me is the excitement of everyone else being like, yeah, you've got this. And I'm like, okay, I need to make this happen. So just, if you're looking for friends and like a social circle, like this gyms, CrossFit gyms in particular, kind of provide you with that instant community, and that additional layer of accountability. If you're at a space where you're like, I can't hold myself accountable yet, like join a gym and make friends, because those people will hold you accountable.